What's up, YouTube? This is the Young Chevy Truck YouTube channel where I built a 1984 Chevy C10 truck that just burns rubber, ain't meant to be fast, and only meant to be fun for you. In this episode, I am changing the metering rods on the C10 today. And after actually looking at what the Edelbrock AVS2 already has versus what I have here in the kit, there's only 2 steps up that I can go. There's the .068 and the .067. And basically, from my understanding, going smaller in metering rod means more fuel because it's blocking a certain passageway. So when the thing is smaller, it's going to let more fuel through that passageway because the actual rod is smaller. So then we go for a bigger one, it's going to block the space more. So smaller rod, more fuel. From my understanding, okay? Don't quote me, but from my understanding. So I'm about to set the camera up and do a little swap on them and see if that works for me. And guys, to be quite honest with you, like most of the stuff I really don't understand, and most of the stuff I have people over me saying, oh, you should try this, oh, you should do this, don't do this, or don't do that. So that's why I don't really answer the questions that I have about it, because I don't know what to tell you, to be quite honest with you. So, but yep, guys, that's kind of what it is. I can't answer those questions myself, honestly, because I just don't want to steer you guys in the wrong direction. So, yeah, we're gonna do the metering rods for the situation. Also, in terms of my vacuum advance, I was told by a guy who was messing with this motor that he found that it had knock, like it pre-detonated when I had the advance hooked up. So that's why it's not hooked up, as far as I'm concerned. I haven't felt anything weird having it not hooked up. Nothing has acted funny or acted weird without it being hooked up. So honestly, I'm not sure about any of that stuff. I'm trying to get it together. I'm trying to understand all of that stuff myself in time. So that's why that's what I know, as far as I'm concerned. That's what I know. So right now we're just trying to kill that little off idle hesitation that it has, and I think a slightly bigger metering rod size would do just that. So that's why we're gonna try it today. I'm just being honest with y'all. I feel like a lot of YouTubers don't be like, they're just not honest about like what they know and what they don't know. So I'm just trying to tell y'all the reality. I'm not really sure why that's the case for my setup. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, like I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. I was probably dark the whole time, but I'm just trying to figure this stuff out as I go along. Like I've never dealt with this. I mean, I was born in '97. And in '97 is when the LS1 came out, so that none of this technology is stuff that I've seen before. I'm the only one in my family with an old school like this, so it's all me. You would think Kevin Dean is like a guru of all things, but he doesn't really know carburetors like that either. So it's all me. I'm just trying to figure it out on my own. With that said, let's go ahead and do this daggone metering rod job. Let me set you guys up somewhere. There it go. And so we're gonna be moving it up 1 step, which is going to be .068, and then we should be good to go. Trying to let my impatience get the best of me, because I would hate for this spring to drop out and go in the motor. So let me just relax. Okay. Now, time to change these to the smaller ones. Alright, so let me make sure I got the right ones that I want going in my motor. The numbers are really, really small. The camera's never going to be able to see that, but they're really, really small right there. So these are the ones that are on the truck right now. It's actually .070 by, I think, .035, which are on the truck right now, are these right here. And so it only leaves me adjustment for 2 more in this kit anyway. For 2 more. So I'm literally going to be going just 1 step up. I'm going to be warming up to more fuel. Instead of just going crazy with it. I'm just gonna go one step up and see how it goes. When I say one step up, I mean one step smaller, so that more fuel passes through. So yeah. Oh yeah, there's 6842, and I know you guys can't see that, but yeah, that's a 6842. Find the other one to match it. No, this is the bigger one. This is 6737. Not the bigger one, but it's the smaller one. Of the two. We need the next step in the middle. Drop this little pin, and then the metering rod slides right out, and then you just hold your finger, and then you get the new one. That bad binoid right back in there. Make sure it clips onto it so it don't wander anywhere, and then that's it. And then you put these things back in there and you're good to go. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to help the performance of the truck. It should help the performance off idle. Off idle is really what I'm worried about. The bass of it, the bass tune, I'm no genius, y'all. To be honest with you, like I said, I don't understand this stuff. I'm just trying to like get my stuff together as I go along. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people won't post this kind of information. You know what I mean? A lot of people will only post when they're an expert at it. But I feel like maybe me just showing myself mess up on camera and try this and try that, maybe it'll help somebody else's learning experience. So yeah, that's why I make these videos. Okay, I just went off camera to make sure that I got the right size metering rod. That's, well, not the right size, but the one that's actually smaller than the ones I'm taking out. And so these that I'm taking out are actually 0.070 by 0.035, and the ones that I'm putting in right now are 0.068 by 0.042. Well, they're smaller in some aspect, and they're smaller in the aspect of, well, maybe I should go with the size bigger there then. Actually, guys, I changed my mind. I'm actually going to be going to the smaller size, which is the 0.067 by 0.037, because I already have the 0.070 by 0.037. So I feel like going to something that's smaller in one dimension but bigger in another is counterproductive, and it's going to be like the same thing. So I'm going to go to something that's smaller and smaller all the way around. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this, but like I said, I don't understand this stuff, and I'm just trying stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just diving right into it like I usually do. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna switch those. I've already showed you how how it all comes apart. I'm gonna switch those to the smaller ones, and then we're gonna put them back in there, and then we're gonna crank it up, and then we're gonna run it and see how it does. So yeah. Alright, y'all, just to get a little recap of what I just did, I went from, because I probably butchered the whole explanation of all of it, but basically to sum it all up, what I did was I went from a 0.070 by 0.037 size metering rod to a 0.067 by 0.037 size metering rod. So basically it's going to be allowing a little bit more fuel in because it's smaller, so it's going to be restricting less. So it should run good. I'm kind of excited to see how it runs. It was so simple and so easy to change them. That worries me a little bit because it was so simple and it was so easy to change them. Hopefully the dead spot in the carburetor went away. We'll go ahead and crank it up, make sure it actually runs, make sure I can make sure it actually operates, and then we'll drive around a little bit, and I'll see if that dead spot went away. And if not, then time to mess with other things. Alright, C10, don't act stupid, please. Oh, I need to get gas too. Dang, Stone, how you do this to yourself? Oh Lord. Yeah, no gas in this thing. Well, Well, it's not acting stupid, so must have did my job somewhat right. And also, let me show you guys something. See that? It's not a vacuum leak. First impressions, I didn't feel a dead spot right then, but I don't want to get my hopes up, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get my hopes too high. I ain't feeling a dead spot right there though. I feel like it's better. I don't know if I'm just saying that just because, like, you know, when you do something to your car, you feel like, oh, it's just better. Like, you just know for sure it's just better, but I didn't feel it right then. I feel like I'm just making stuff up in my head and I didn't really make a difference.
He's making stuff up in his head. No, maybe not. No, maybe it's not.
But I think I did though. If it, because usually it chirps from first to second when you give it like half daggone throttle, it'll chirp. Let's see here. I think I did it.
Yeah.
I think it worked because I didn't feel that dead spot.
Me neither.
Because usually, like, and it's so hard to like show people on camera like what a dead spot would feel like, but literally at like 1400 RPM, it will be like, oh, I don't want to do this, like, you know, and then it'll clear up as the RPMs climb. But now it feels just like perfectly even. I almost wish I could, like, I almost wish I had the money to put it on a dyno so you could actually see the dead spot in it. But I think I might have daggone fixed it. It don't feel as it did before. Well, dang. That's gonna make this thing a whole lot more fun to drive. Man, well, I think I did it, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and stop in at the parts store and get gas and do all that regular stuff that I like to do before I, you know, drive this thing across town to work. And before I actually depend on it, I, you know, go over everything, check the fluids and all that. That's what you gotta do when you have a classic car. But I think that little dead spot went away. Like, I don't feel it. Maybe I need to drive it around some more so I can give you guys the full, like, stamped approval. But like, I don't feel the dead spot anymore. Like, cause usually it would have to climb its way out of the dead spot before it'll actually start to make power. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll jump and you'll feel torque, and then as soon as 1400 RPM hits, it dies and then it comes back to life. But I didn't feel that this time. So we're gonna go ahead and stop in at the parts store, do what we gotta do, and then we'll conclude this video. Just do a little pull on this closed course. And it's not there. I love this truck, man. But I don't think it's there. I didn't feel it. I just stabbed the gas to see what it would do and didn't spin them. But I'm still happy with that, for sure. Because it didn't do the die, the little and then die, and then come back to life and start pulling again that it usually does. And I noticed it also is easier to cruise. I noticed, like, before, to cruise at 45, 50 miles an hour like I'm doing now, it takes a lot of work to get the engine to pull me up hills and all that. But now, it seems like it just wants to cruise right there at 2000 RPM, like, without any issues. So that's cool, y'all. I think I fixed it. So, alright, y'all, I'm really liking how this is feeling. I really want to just drive it this weekend. I really want to drive it this weekend and see how it's running. That's like really my proving ground, my testing ground. See how this motor is running. We're just going to drive it all weekend, and then when the weekend is over, I'll check my spark plugs to see how everything is doing. And then we should be good to go. So, yeah, I can't complain. The dead spot feels like it's gone. When I just stab the pedal, it just gets up and goes. So I bet it will probably perform so much better with a better torque converter in it, though. Now I'm starting to see where a torque converter would be better. It would flash, right? It would flash up a little bit into the saucier part of the RPMs when it's about to take off. But even though I got a stock converter, I still feel a whole lot better about how it feels. Even at cruise, it wants to stay at like 2100 RPM. It wants to, like, before I used to have to like kind of force it to get it to cruise, and now it just kind of coasts. The motor just kind of coasts without me having to add extra effort. So I really like it, y'all. I think today was a win. Today was starting off really bad, like not really bad. I mean, but it was just a bunch of annoying little things, annoying little headaches that piled on to a headache I already had beforehand. So it was too much going on. But I'm glad today is ending the way it is. I'm about to just check the fluids, you know, do my whole thing. I filled it up, put some good gas in it, get it ready for the weekend, for the work weekend, so I don't have to be as watchful on everything. Just like that, y'all, I think this one's pretty much over, and I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope this vlog was somewhat valuable. Like, I know, like, I don't know a lot about this stuff, but I like to think that me filming my screw-ups and filming all of my mistakes, and just, I like to think that filming my whole learning process is helpful for somebody else. This is what I like to think, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all, I'll quit talking your ear off. I think this one's pretty much over, and I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.